Before we get to the Somatic Money Oracle card read for this week, I've got two really important announcements I want to share with you. Number one, I have completed the video to go with the What's Your Somatic Money type. And if you haven't really noticed with a lot of my front-end somatic money work, it's basically all these really interesting inventories. And I swear to God, these inventories help heal people with their money and get shift to happen in a really positive direction with money. It's all of this inventory on this soft-sided aspect of money. Well, this video, the What's Your Somatic Money type, it also goes with a PDF, and it's your ability to go through this thing and inventory your soft-sided aspect of money so you know what's going on there. Because usually with money, we get this barrage of how are we setting up our accounting? What is going on with the numbers? It's very like logical, logistical, physical, brain, front end kind of thing. And we forget that there's something else going on. And what's going on is this whole, what am I feeling? What are the emotions going on? How's my body responding in that soft-sided aspect with money? Well, what's your somatic money type? Is the inventory to help you get there so that you can actually be more aware of the different areas of where your soft-sided money functionality is. That usually doesn't get defined. Well, this PDF and this video, it does that. Now, it is a part of the Somatic Money Super Bundle, and I will break it out for sale just separately for a little while, so you'll want to make sure to pick it up. It is in my Linktree and my Shopify, so go check that out. Announcement number two is that I have figured out what the intrinsic connection is between the energy forecasting, the Art is Life, Life is Artwork that I have been doing in video here, and body-based money relationship. Now, I know some of you are probably looking at me going, oh my God, Dana went a little crazy and she did this whole right-hand turn thing and she's letting go of some stuff and now she's focusing on these other things like, oh my God, what is she doing? And I've had those same questions for myself as well, and I've really had them with Spirit Team, and all Spirit Team has been saying to me is just, it'll work itself out, just give it a little time. And I finally arrived at the place where I've had some experiences and I'm like, oh my God, I can see why I'm doing energy forecasting, and I'm going to connect it with the artwork, and I'm going to connect that with the money, and it's all intrinsically interconnected with one another. And I made the video to show how that all works and how that's all happening, and I will be releasing that next week, so watch for that. And because everything has been so much up in the air, and I've been very concerned about my confidence and what I'm doing and how I can hold it, and I don't want to lean in too much on commitments until I know a little bit better what I'm doing. And so I've held off on the weekly subscription membership thing here at Body Based Money Relationship, the actual somatic money part of it, but now I can see it a lot more clearly. We're going to lean into it this week. So you should be able to find, again, this week I'm doing the weekly Q&A and some highlight events for the week, especially connected into the astrology. You can purchase that subscription either as a weekly one-off or do the monthly subscription. I'm going to begin to lean in more there. And here's the deal. Inside of the subscription, you can ask your soft-sided money questions and do the Q&A, and I'm going to do the reading and the coaching there. So this could be the least expensive group coaching option that I can provide for you right now. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing it, but for the time I'm going to be doing it, I'd say step in and take advantage of it, because I'm literally going to be fielding and doing Q&A with somatic money questions from here on out. And we can do some fun stuff inside that private subscription membership type of place. All right, so enough blah, blah, blah. Here are the cards for this week. All right, let's talk about what's going on this week with the cards. And like last week, like I pulled these and I was like, really? Really? Like I could not make hide nor hair of them. And it's only been like in the last few hours, I'm like, oh, there they are. So the three cards that we have, I'm going to hit them from the top so you can see them all together. Financial, emotional processing, that's important. The other card that came up was debt, obligation, and duty. And the third one that came up is dissolve money, fear, and scarcity. You know, now at first I had challenges finding the central card or the central theme. And the more that I have looked at this and the more that I have looked at the astrology, the more I'm going, oh, I get it. So we're going to start with a card of financial, emotional processing. Really important. And what we know in our toxic financial, patriarchal-based financial system is it pretty much is, it's only about the numbers, it's all about the numbers, go sit down and do the numbers. Well, that works well and good, and I talk about this in the somatic money type thing. That all works well and good if you are logic-based and rationale-based and structure-based and, masculine money-oriented, IQ money-based. If you're that kind of person, basically I say, you won the financial lottery here. Fantastic. You're functional in this cultural financial environment. And then there's about 60% of the people that have to do something called financial emotional processing. What's that? That's when it's important for you to find out, how am I emotionally feeling? How am I responding emotionally in my body to these financial events, to these financial partnerships, to these financial agreements and exchanges? How am I responding to them? What is going on? That's what financial emotional processing is. This is me separating that out from the herd. Now, typically, and I talk about this in the, shatter your financial imposter syndrome, and I talk about this in what's your somatic money type. Typically, the toxic financial patriarchy says, emotion, bad, out, damn spot, be out. That's what happens. And they throw the baby out with the bathwater because, that is correct. It's not a good idea to make emotional decisions in the heat of the moment or in an emotional ride. It's typically not a good idea. But when we throw the baby out with the bathwater of that being a bad thing and don't do it, we have also thrown out the emotional processing aspect of money. And money is physical, yes, and money is energetic, yes, and money is emotional. And so all three of these things, the physical body, the energy is going on inside of the body with money, and the emotion going on inside of the body with money. These are all really significant things. And so if you are a soft-sided EQ money person, doing your financial emotional processing is so important. The reason I believe this card is coming up right now has to do with the configurations going on astrologically, and I'm going to talk about that in the Q&A. I'm going to do a deeper dive there. But the way this card right here connects up with these two cards, it's pretty obvious to me at this point, day and light, is that when you do your financial emotional processing, you tend to be able to mitigate debt, obligation, and duty. When you can't emotionally process, debt is going to tend to stack up. When you can emotionally process and find out and articulate what's going on and where your boundaries are, then you can manage debt. Very connected. Now, here's another piece of the equation. When you do financial emotional processing, you tend to also mitigate and dissolve financial fear and financial scarcity. Because why? When you get present with financial emotional processing, that tends to be present with your financial triggers. And it puts you in a position to be present with fear and be present with scarcity to mitigate this, to heal whatever's going on there. And then that also is going to help mitigate debt stuff. So the theme that I will give to you is right now, for whatever reason is going on right now with the energies, I'm going to talk about it in the astrology and the Q&A. But for right now, front and center, if you're not already doing it, this is a great time, especially this week is a great time to begin working with your financial emotional processing. And if you don't know what to do or you don't know how to do that, two things that would be helpful is the presence practice work that I've got going on with somatic money. That's right there. And you can pair it up with managing your money triggers. That's also right there. And I just finished working on what's your somatic money type. That is going to help you as well. So I have plenty of resources for you to dive into. No excuses. There's some support there to begin to give you an idea of how do you become present? How do you identify your triggers? And what is your style of processing your soft-sided money relationships so that you can begin to work with that? All right. So Feel free to ask any questions that you want to, any questions that you ask here in the comment section. I will be answering in the subscription or membership Q&A from here on out. And what I've got going on in the Q&A this week is I'm going to do a deeper dive with what's going on with Venus and Leo and some of those configurations as far as how that is affecting money. And there was a comment that a woman left a couple of weeks ago that is just so juicy for unpacking. Not in a mean kind of way, not in a vindictive kind of way, but like an, oh my God, let me show you what's going on here through the Somatic Money Viewfinder. We have so much to learn about this and I want to share it. We're going to really begin to get the subscription membership thing going where we can answer some of those questions in a group coaching style situation in privacy, and you can put your commentary there. So I look forward to meeting you there on the inside. Thank you so much for being with me today, and make sure you keep walking forward to meet those miracles along the way, and I will see you in my next video.